So Parramatta starting the second half, running right to left. And the big fellow Cassiano brings the ball back 15 metres out from his own line. Now it's Eastwood's turn. And to foul. To Powell, I should say, trying to get some feeling back in, I think, an anchor. That's Stagg. 6-0 in favour of the Dogs. Now Eastwood, and goes short into Hallertau. Look at some of the smirks on the commentators' faces when one strangles himself on pronunciations. Now Laffey gets it away, and it's put onto the boot by Jonathan Wright, taken by Luke Burt. And this is Wasili coming away with it. 40 metres out from the Parramatta line. And that is Atkins. Yes, it's almost unbearable some nights here when you trip over your tongue and you get a pronunciation wrong. Meshes Johns, Gould, Sterling, Middleton, they just laugh collectively. Here is Hayne breaking into open space, got support, left foot step, still going, shaped to throw a dummy with a ball out the back. I don't know how he did that, but he's going to play the ball. 9 away, long ball deep. Robson off the feet of Canterbury, and that's play on, I think, for Roberts, but he's had the ball taken.
Tackle's made.
Tackle's made, Jeff. He's on the ground. He's giving it to Canterbury.
This is what Parramatta need more of from Jared Hayne. Look at this. Skips to the outside of Andrew Ryan. Too much strength there for Ben Roberts. And what a mover. Look at that. Beautiful to watch.
It's nice he came over to the right-hand side of the field there, Joey, too. He didn't park himself out the left where he'd been most of the first half. He's obviously been told to go looking for the ball.
Well Gus, he's a 5'8". He's got to think run first, not pass. He's got to be a running 5'8".
Eastwood. Hodkinson. Hallertau. Good tackle there by Allgood. Bundled him up nice and quickly. Reynolds, Roberts on, Barber, back, Ryan with the ball. And Ryan will play the ball. 30 metres away from Parramatta's line. And again it's with Roberts. He's certainly impressing his new coach, I'd imagine. Kick from Reynolds wasn't so crash hot. Smith had an easy catch. Vasili. Inside the 20-metre line. Repeating, no Toyota Cup tonight, being postponed to Sunday, 11:15 at Wentworthville's Ringrose Park. Played by Atkins, Keating back. That's Matua. Brad Fittler sideline.
Hello, Robbie. Just adding on to Jared Hayne there. I'm not sure if he ever got to see much of the king, Wally Lewis. Whenever Wally Lewis played in these sort of conditions, he was the best forward on the field. He'd be hitting the ball up out of trouble, always played real aggressive and lift his side.
Robson. And that is going to go dead. So 20-metre restart for Canterbury. David Middleton was telling me at half-time, Parramatta had made 3 dummy half runs compared to Canterbury's 16. Which of course tells the story that Canterbury were quite happy to play wet weather simple football, whereas Parramatta wanted to play something more like dry weather football. Here's Ryan. Reynolds a dummy half. Roberts at first. Second is Cassiano taking it up. Forward play off a pivot. Middle of the ground. Play back to Hodkinson. Then to Roberts. Bangs with that left foot. Everything he does, as I said in the first half, it looks silky. Here's Burt. And Luke is forced back inside his 20-metre line. 6-0 in favour of the Dogs. 5 minutes gone, second half. Horrow, who was quite brilliant for Parramatta in defence in the first half. He was custodian and cleaned up a couple of dangerous situations. Matua, little ball round the corner, Lasalo. Keating, short, all good, short, Moi, deflection, and the ball goes to ground. And
forward into the Bulldogs player.
He's ruled that it's been a knock-on from Parramatta into a Bulldogs player.
It's a massive lead, 6-0 in conditions like this. If the Bulldogs are smart, it's their game to lose. All they've got to do is wait for Parramatta to try and force the pass, as they're doing here. The errors will come.
Referee calling somebody to pack in at the back of the scrum because the Parramatta side had too many backs. Centre of the ground, played by Idris. Now for Stagg, now for Hallertau. Taken by Moi. Gone from Reynolds, found Stagg, short Eastwood, and Eastwood charges up the middle. 27 away. Tackled by Allgood. Reynolds, Hodkinson let decoys go. Roberts dubious, but taken by Ryan, the pass. On the 20-metre line. 20 metres in from the Eastern. Cassiano, 10 metres out. Will play it for Ben Barber to be watched. Now it's gone to Roberts. He puts a kick across towards the uprights. Moi's underneath it. Oh, there was a Canterbury player. Hallertau flying high, doing nothing.
Team Hallertau.
Only interfering,
you go straight
really.
past him, you don't ever
Didn't
contest
offer
the ball.
a contest,
Team
and the
Hallertau
penalty's been given consequently. Against Dean Hallertau. As Manor goes back into the game, and Parramatta's put in a wonderful touch finder.
What about that for a kick?
Jared Hayne.
Yeah.
2 steps and went bang.
What about that
50
for a kick?
metres.
He's found 50 metres with that.
He's still half asleep.
Manor.
It's rather unkind. What did he say, Rabbits? He's half asleep.
Have a look how casual he is.
Keating. Does have that drowsy look about him, doesn't he? Now, all good.
That's very unkind.
That's Joey Johns. The way he is.
Oh, gosh, all right.
There's Hayne back, picking up. Burt coming in off him. After a decoy had run off that left hip. That's how far out they are, Parramatta. They're trying to chase down 6-0. It's gone away to Robson. Robson to the 10-metre line. Still no Casey McGuire. Hayne again. Little kick in. Taken well by Barber. Got a good bounce. Here comes away, sprints away to the 20-metre line. Barber played back to Turner. Turner's met there by Horrow.
I think Barber's going to be one of those players like Billy Slater and Matty Bowen. When you put a grubber kick in, looking to score a try, you risk having one scored against him. It's about the 3rd time tonight he's found a bit of a space and run 20 metres off a grubber kick reception. He'll take it all the way one night.
Tolman. Raking kick down the ground for Burt.
That's nice. Look at this. That's nice.
Oh! Knock on against Parramatta.
That's the way you play in the wet.
Let them make the mistakes.
No frills. Just wait around as soon as you're in a good position to kick. Lovely kick there from Roberts. Not the fact that the kick went downfield and went well. It was where he kicked it to and when he kicked it and the pressure he put on Luke Burt, who as experienced as he is, even he had a little bit of a look up and come up with the fumble.
Luke, to see how much time he had available. I wouldn't doubt his courage. Intercepted by Jared Hayne. Hayne's on his way. He leads by at least 20 metres and they're not going to run him down. Hayne scores try number 5 in the last 3 games. Parramatta v Canterbury. So the betting plunge is a little bit too late.
Why?
Delilah.
Do you want to run with a play like that? Why invite disappointment into your life with long, loping passes like that when you're 6-0 in front and Jared Hayne is in the area? Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Totally in control. Now we're all locked up.
So Luke Burt punching it over to bring it to 6-all now. The try scored by Hayne. He was devastating, as I said, in the match earlier this year before he lost his head. Here's Roberts, long ball. Andrew.
Rabs, you talk about vision in attack, but Jared Hayne there showed the vision in defence. He looked up, he saw Ben Roberts come right in the line, and at the corner of his eye, he saw the man out the back. He was awake there.
He woke up all right.
Yeah, he was awake.
Thank you, Keno, for that replay. Play just inside the 30. Oh, Maguire is on. What are you looking at?
You love Keno, don't you?
Well, we can't just keep wrapping Penrith and their sponsors. What about our own sponsors?
I love Keno.
It was Hindmarsh with the ball now.
You're a Keno aficionado.
I like the evens and odds.
Heads and tails.
Here's Matua, and that's Horrow. Idris, main man in the tackle with Staggs. Played for Maguire, now for Hayne. Stabs a kick down in the direction of Barber. And Barber coming away to his 20-metre line. And Hindmarsh says, come on, boys, come on, let's take him. 3 of them take the little bloke back. Played back to Steve Kerner. Now Jonathan Wright playing the ball on his own 20-metre line. That try looks to have put a bit of a spring in the steps of some of these Parramatta players. Bobcat Ryan. Andrew tackled inside the 30-metre line. Here's Reynolds inside the 40-metre line. Wettest July in Sydney since 1950.
Well, the race is still on tomorrow, Robert.
They still are. There's an inspection at 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm told. Newcastle's off if you're interested in the provincials.
Yeah, I had a horse in the
Yeah. Vasily, your horse tips are about as useless as last week's pay, to tell you the truth. I don't need to be rude to you, but please leave us out of your tips. Atkins will play the ball. Maguire back now, and here's Matua. Am I reading this game correctly? Do they look like they're playing with a bit more purpose and spring? Andrew, this is Salo.
Well, they're now playing without stress. See, when they're 6-0 behind on a night like tonight, they're wondering where the next try will come from. Now that stress has gone away. It's all square again.
Oh, Hodkinson had it. I just saw him look. It was a sort of a missile when passing. It was Hayne. And it almost gave me the impression Hodkinson had had the ball taken from him. Here's Hodkinson. See that? He was just clipped on the chin by Hayne as he went through. 35 away from their own line, the Dogs. 6 points all. And that's Turner. Sunday, Manly and Penrith. This ball comes off the backside of Hindmarsh. And the referee has given a penalty to Parramatta.
Even though, hang on,
Offside.
he's in front of the kick. I know that.
This is intricate. He kicks. There's a player inside the 10. And it comes off Parramatta. And he's really